Hello, here I am yet again trying to solve the puzzle that cannot be solved for God knows how much longer. But wanted to go over a few things here. So, I'm gonna give credit to a channel later on that will add in the description below that found something absolutely incredible here that everyone kind of overlooked before. But before I get into that, I want to talk about this flag ripping in two. And as I talked about in the previous video, I don't know if it's allegorical, if the Union is going to split in two in terms of two separate countries, which would be kind of odd to me because if it splits between Democrats and Republicans, then it will certainly not be an even split. The states would be kind of scattered all over the place, and it would be very kind of unorganized, and each state would pretty much have to be its own country if it's a political split, which is why I'm more inclined to believe that this is actually like a physical event. As far-fetched as that sounds, it could be the results. So here is my theory. I mean, you have Hawaii. This is Hawaii. There's only one star ripped off when this flag is ripped in two, and that's it's the 50th one. This is the bottom of the flag that's ripping in two, and that's the 50th star, which Hawaii is the last state to be admitted into the Union in August 21st, 1959. And so this flag is splitting in two and taking Hawaii away with it. Look, you could probably see right here all of the remaining, it's really hard to see, but all of the remaining stars are here. So is this split, is it going to start in Hawaii? Is it going to be the Helena slump like other channels have been talking about for quite a long time now? And the throat, the head of the goat and the throat being slit. The head of the goat here, you can clearly see that the big island is the head of a goat. Here's the snout. Here's like the head area. Here's the ears. And the Helena slump just so happens to be exactly where the throat would be. So my theory is as far-fetched and as unlikely as it sounds. I'm not saying it's going to come true, but this is what it's showing, is that the Helena slump will slip into the sea. And yes, other channels have talked about that. This is not my original theory, but what makes my theory original is it's going to cause like a cascading event that's going to trigger other earthquakes. So the landslide is going to kind of possibly cause some sort of crustal displacement event that will start at Hawaii, and then it will trigger the Cascadia subduction zone in Oregon to go off, which will in turn trigger the New Madrid Fault Zone. The New Madrid Fault Zone being located in eastern Missouri by the Mississippi River, which is where the split will occur, the literal split into two. So let me show you this future U.S. Navy map. I don't know how fake or real this is or blah, blah, blah. But it's interesting to take note of this map, even if it's unrealistic, if it's some kind of simulation or what have you. This is what they speculate might be the result of global warming or perhaps, but I don't want to focus on all the other submerged areas. I just want to focus on where Here, let me focus the camera on where Missouri right here is, and the New Madrid fault zone, which is located approximately right here. And you see how there's this massive rift right here. Massive. The Mississippi River just kind of becomes, literally 20 times wider. Um, I don't know if an earthquake can do something that massive. I'm reluctant to believe that that is even possible, but possibly over time, maybe for example, the earthquake occurs, and then kind of slowly these two land masses just sort of drift apart over a matter of years. Anyway, let me focus on something else here. I just wanted to point out that last star in Hawaii and how Hawaii has to be a part of this whole picture. It can't not be. And whatever it is, it's a mirror. Here's the massive tsunami, which could be caused by a landslide, and Twin Towers, because it's a mirror. It's a mirrored event. 2001 to 2020. This event might be a natural disaster rather than well, I'm gonna use the word natural with quotations. All right, one more thing. I'm gonna give credit to Theology EG channel, which I'm gonna link below, for this one, and he says that this shape right here really matches up pretty well with the shape of Israel. So you have Israel sandwiched in between September, October, and November, kind of in this area, which makes sense because Israel has decided to postpone its annexation plans, perhaps until then. I want to kind of also point to July, which we're in right now, and I think this is a months-long birth process, both a physical and an allegorical birth. Here you have the head coming out of the birth canal right here, which starts in July, and this is a months-long process. You see how this figure's legs are spread, also symbolizing a birth right here. These are the two full moons in October merged together. This is November. This one, I haven't seen anyone talk about this. Full of water. See how the water breaks in July? And then it covers November, which means the process is complete by November. By November, you have this blue figure holding what looks like a baby, and the birth complete. You see? Doesn't this look like how a mother would hold a baby? Because that's what it looks like to me. So process begins. I mean, you could easily say that we're having events taking place symbolic of a birth right now, with global floods all over the damn place, and in China and everywhere, just flooding and flooding and flooding. And you can easily say that the water has theoretically already broken, especially in China. We're having a mega disaster taking place right now in China. But it's just something interesting to know that birth begins in July, ends in November, and December is separate. December is some kind of, I don't know, crater from an asteroid. What this is, I don't know, but it doesn't look very nice. And as usual, probably going to be wrong again, but maybe not. But we are always wrong, so we have to take that into consideration. That probably will be again. So just keep that in mind. Bye.